Salam everyone and welcome to this channel, Bright Arabic. I started this channel to make learning Arabic, Quran, or whatever related to Arabic as easy as possible. And before you start learning Arabic, you should be aware of the reasons or why do you learn Arabic. Do you just want to communicate? Do you want to learn the formal Arabic, or do you just want to learn Quran? Do you want to be able just to read, or to be able to have a conversation with anyone? So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to introduce you to the Arabic alphabet, the letters, and the nature of the language, because the nature of the language is different than the other languages, and every language, I believe, has its own nature. So let's start in, and you will understand what I meant by this introduction. So, in order to learn any language, of course, you need to know two things about the letters. The first thing is the shape. So, let's take example. The first letter ever in Arabic is just very simple. It's like a straight line, like that. Okay, a straight line. So that's the shape, and you pronounce it pretty much as a letter in English, which is a or alif. Yeah. So we have two things: the name and the pronunciation. So the name is Alif and the pronunciation is or sometimes extending sound like in the word cat, wat, okay? So that's the first letter in Arabic. And I want you to pay attention to the lines, okay, because the lines and the relation between the letters and the lines in Arabic is so important. Okay, this is the first letter, which is Alif. Now let's move to the second and the third and the fourth letter. And you will see the letter is something, looks like a little blade shape or a boat shape, as you can see. Okay, and with a little dot. So this is one thing of the things that I meant by the nature of the language. Okay, so in English you have dots with J, I, but in Arabic we use the dots widely, using it widely. And it's so important because it will help you differentiate between letters. So this second letter here in this shape, as you can see, little boat shape with a dot on the bottom, and we call it ba. So it's pretty much equivalent to B. And moving to the letter after, you will find the same shape, exactly the same shape, okay? But what is the difference? How would you identify and differentiate between these two? This one here will have one, two dots on top, yeah? So one dot below and two dots above this letter, and we call this one ta, okay? So that's how you start differentiating between different letters in Arabic, okay? You will find similar body shape, yeah? So the body shape here is so similar, yeah? This body here, right? And this body as well, the same. But what is the difference? How can I identify each one of them? Dots. So I want you to pay attention to dots in every single letter. Okay. Moving to letter number 4, which is, guess what? The same body shape as you can see over here. Okay. And instead of one below or two above, we will have 3 dots. Okay. So 3 dots on top of the letter, and we call this one tha. We call it tha, yeah? So 3 dots and we call it tha, and you will also see it has the same body shape. So ba, ta, tha, yeah? And I think you noticed also we starting writing in Arabic from one direction, from right side, yeah? Right to left, Yeah. So this is how we do it in Arabic. 3 similar body shape letters, 1 dot below, 2 dots on top, 3 dots on top, ba, ta, tha. Okay, tha, like when you say th sometimes in English, or s, tha. Okay, so alif, ba, ta, tha. And by the way, we have 28 letters in Arabic. Unlike English, we have only 26. Okay, so these are as 3 similar letters. The next 3 are also similar. They have the same body shape, which is something like that. We do a little horizontal line like that. We come back to the middle and we do what looks like half a circle like that. Okay, again, pretty much the same thing. And for the third time, again, we're doing something similar. Yeah. So 1 dot inside will give us this letter, which is Jim. We call it Jim. It's pretty much close to the English letter J. Okay, so Jim. This one over here. Okay, and then this one is Ha. So when you hear this sound of this letter, which is Ha, you will understand that you never heard it in English, yeah? Or maybe also other languages, French or German, Ha. So that's what I meant by the nature of the language. Your vocal system can produce voices and sounds way, way more than you expect, yeah? So Ha is a letter that has a sound that no similar sound exists in English, yeah? So Ha. So Jim, Ha. And then also this one here, when you put 1 dot on top, you call it Ha. Okay? Ha. So 1 dot inside Jim, no dots, Ha, and 1 dot on top, Ha. And this one also has no similar sound in English, Ha. Maybe you might find that sound in French, for example, Ha, or German language, Deutsch. Sometimes they produce this ha, ha, okay, sound. So ha, okay. So ha and ha. So let's recap quickly. Alif, yeah, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, ha. So these two groups are composed of 3 similar bodies, okay, and 3 similar bodies as well. Now let's move to another sets of letters, which is now you'll find a pretty similar letters, but just a group of 2 for each. So the letter comes after Kha now is gonna be something like that. Okay, and when you reach the line, you turn left, looks like that, yeah? And this one we call it Dal, Dal, okay? And then the same thing, okay? Same thing. And this property or this quality that Arabic language has, which is similar letters, might make it easier, yeah, easier to remember, easier to learn. Because now you just, if you learn one letter shape, now all what you have to do is putting 1 dot on the same shape, and now you have another letter, okay? We call this one Dal and this one Dal. And you might have noticed that I'm using a little, chisel pen, a little tilted, because this is a standard way of writing Arabic. If you got any magazine, any book in Arabic, you will find this is a standard shape of the Arabic letters. You can use the normal pen, yeah, the pretty normal pen. It wouldn't hurt. You pretty much will give you the same shape, yeah, but it has no edges, no corners, no beauty, just very plain line, yeah, or just straight line. You see, so this one has this curve, this slope, and this, pointy end, but you will not find the same with this pen. So this pen, like calligraphy, a pen will give the letter its shape. Let me know if you want more explanation and more details about your writing uses these pens. Okay, getting back to the track, dal and dal, yeah? Okay, so these two now are the first set of similar letters. Okay, okay. Now, what we're gonna have after this is something going below the line, but not directly. The first part is above the line, as you can see, and I hope the line is clear. So, and the second part is like a little curve under the line. Let me check my camera quickly to see if this line is clear. Yeah, I think it's somehow clear. Yeah. So, ra. Okay, this is similar to R in English, yeah? So, R, yeah? This one is similar to. Okay. And then, I think you guessed it, same, okay? Same body shape with one dot on top. We will get a letter that called Zai, yeah? This one we call it Zai. So it's pretty much similar to Z, okay, Zai, yeah? And this one is similar to the TH in English. So what is the difference? Zal and Zai, they are like seems pretty close. They almost identical, right? I will inshallah like explain more about the differences between similar letters that tend to be similar in sound. The voice of or the pronunciation is pretty much close. But like for now, just take it. This is TH and this is Z. Okay, so the and za. So this is a little stronger, has more vibration. Okay. Dal, zal, ra, zai. Now we will have a letter called sin. So this is similar to S, like I mean in sound, but not in shape, of course, because the shape here is pretty unique. So I'll have a little curve like this, and then again, yeah. So I will have like what looks like a fork, top side of the fork. Okay, three bends like these, and then I will take what looks like a cup shape, yeah, or little circle like this, like have a circle or have, you know, curve like this. So this is seen. Now, seen. So exactly like the word seen, like SEEN, seen. Okay. And moving to the twin, the other twin of this letter, pretty much. Yeah, as you can expect. Same shape, but let's put 1, 2, 3 dots. And like that, I will have sheen. Sheen. So instead of seen, it will be sheen, yeah? Like SHEEN. So sheen, yeah? Okay, very good so far. Moving forward and having this one here, a little, it will be close to this one. So you have this shape like a little pyramid top, but it's curved, not pointy. So this part here is not pointy, it's a little curved. And before you reach the line, you start turning back in a curvy way as well. So this is the first part, and then you will have the same cup-like shape here, okay, from here going down and back up to the line again. So we call this one sod. And yes, you're right, we have the twin here, same thing, just with a dot. Wad. So this is sod, okay, something you can say maybe like SOAD, sod, and this DUAD, dad. So dal here and dad. So this is kind of heavy version of D, yeah? So let's recap this line. Dal, ra, zai, sin, shin, sad, dad. Okay, pretty good so far. So we are almost there. Now, this first part on sad, we have something similar. For the next letter, we go up, down, and then a little bit straight like that, with a line on the first third here. And we call this one ta, ta. So it's like a heavy version of ta, this ta, okay, like heavy ta, T sound, but ta, okay? And I will draw the same thing one more time, okay? And the line as we mentioned, but with, of course, one dot. I call this za. So ta and dha. So if you notice, we have this one, and also this one. They are very close. So this is dal, zai, dha. Okay? So this is something you need to work on. Dal, zai, dha. So this is a heavy version. And inshallah, like in coming videos, I will take the similar letters and emphasize the difference between them. Anyway, طابة, okay? Moving forward, and we will face and see a letter that is pretty much the hardest letters for every new learner, for the or someone who's newly learning Arabic. They are struggling with this letter a lot, but it is what it is. So let's face it, this letter is written this way. Okay, we have this like a little curve and then moving forward like this. So it's like kind of C but modified a little bit. And then we need to now go down all the way like this, yeah. So what is this? This is Ain. Ain. So this letter has no existence whatsoever in English. And many, when they start learning Arabic, they are mixing or getting confused when saying Ain, like A-I-N, but no, it's Ain, Ain. So not A at all. So we will explain about it later what Ain. Yes, so something comes from the throat, okay? A sound comes from the throat, but not as like not it's okay? I hope my voice is clear enough. And then same thing again, yeah. We will see a little curve here, yeah. It looks like a C. and then up and all the way, yeah, okay. But with one dot on top, and we call it also غين, غين. This one has no existence whatsoever as well in English, but I think it's in French that sound غ. If someone did learn French or has a background, غ, okay, غين. So it's a little bit, you know, like difficult and heavy. غ. So عين, غين. And the ones after these is kind of starting from the right side, yeah, like this, and then you move forward up and then down to the starting point again. So you start from the right side, if we can say like 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock and then back. Okay, and once you get close to the line, yeah, you do something, the body here, and with one dot. So the body, if you realized, this lower part all the way is similar to what? The bat body, tat body, yeah, sat body, yeah. And we call this one fat, and it's pretty much similar to the English F, so fat. The one after this has pretty much the same head, so we call this the head. This is head and this is tail, yeah? So you can say this is head, yeah? And this is the tail, yeah? So, fat, and here, this one is having the same head but with two dots, yeah? And now you'll have to go in a way similar to these ones. So under the line, have a circle or a cup-like shape. Something looks like this. So this is qaf, like it's close to the English letter Q, yeah, right? But qaf, it's more heavy and more strong. Qaf, fa, qaf. And then we have something about straight line like this, and then moving to the right, to the left, sorry, like this, and with a little hamza, what we call hamza, yeah, here, and this is kaf. So kaf is equivalent to the English letter K, yeah, kaf, K. After that we have pretty much the same starting, which is a long straight line. We go under the line, boom, take this. So lamb, yeah, lamb, and of course you can tell it's seems like, or the sound is like L in English, kaf, lamb. And as you have noticed, so also there are similar parts like this part, this part, this, and this are pretty much, you know, like similar. So you will find if you managed or if you practiced one part to be good enough, so you will do like the other ones in a very good way. Kaf lam. So now we have the last few ones, and as you have may noticed, after Ain Ghain, these two has some similarities, but then after that, no similarities. So twins, like bears, right? And the three here are similar, but from now on, Kaf Lam, like no similar letters, yeah? So you'll have after that meme. So after Lam, we have meme, which is something looks like this, okay? Meme, and it's equivalent to M in English, of course. and then we have cup-like shape like this with a dot here, and we call it noon. So it's similar to in English, yeah, noon. So this one is similar to, we call it noon. And this one is so important in Arabic, so important. And of course it has a cup-like shape like these ones, yeah? So it's noon. It's similar to English in, yeah? Now we have just 3 letters. This one is a little, has some, difficulty in drawing. So you do this, go back parallel to the starting point, yeah? So if this is your starting point, yeah? So now you go all the way to here, this point, and then back parallel to the starting point, yeah? What you do next is that you will have a little circle touching the starting and the ending point. Right there. So we call this one ha. Ha. So it's similar to the English H. Yeah. Ha. After that, we have the letter wow, which is similar to the head of fa and qaf. Yeah. So this head here, right, is similar to this head and this head. You have wow, and this one is equivalent to O, U, W in English in pronunciation. So we say wa, this wa sound, yeah? So it could be used as O, W, U, right? And finally, the last one we have today is ya, and it looks like this. Then you get back again, okay? And then you will close it like this with 2 dots on the bottom. Yeah. So this one could be used as the English E or I. Yeah, yeah. So I hope you found that useful and you did learn something useful today. The next step that you will also continue learning and understanding about the nature of the language. In English, you have capital and small letters, or upper and lower cases. Not the case here. Here we will have something different, and that something is connecting the letters. We're getting to connect the letters. Okay, and when we connect them, the letter gets different, will be different. So I will explain that. I hope this was useful. If you have any question, ask me in the comments. If you have any suggestions, anything, and see you next videos. Wow, like really wow.